Sexually transmitted diseases. What problems do STDs pose? In the U.S., STD rates are at a record high. It is estimated by the American Sexual Health Association that 1 in 4 Americans will get an STD in their lifetime. Additionally, 1 in 2 people will contract a sexually transmitted infection or STI by the age of 25. These account for $16 billion of health costs in the United States. The Center for Disease Control estimates that nearly 20 million new STIs occur every year. Also, they estimate that undiagnosed STIs cause 24,000 women to become infertile each year. Furthermore, 1 in 6 people in the U.S. have genital herpes, and at least 80% of people will have an HPV infection. However, there are solutions to these issues. One important solution is to make all states require sex education to be taught in schools, as only 24 states currently require this. Sex ed is typically abstinence-based instead of teaching how to have safe sex. This practice is unrealistic because most young people are unwilling to practice abstinence and thus become ineffective because they are not taught how to have sex safely. In fact, 62% of high school seniors have had sex, according to the Advocates for Youth. The CDC states that 15 to 24-year-olds account for 50% of the world's STDs, but represent only 25% of the sexually active population. It's taught in schools that having sex is wrong. So many teens are embarrassed about buying condoms at the store, which leads to abnormally high STD rates in teenagers. Another solution lies in vaccinations. Currently, only 3 out of 50 states require kids to get vaccinated for the HPV infection. If kids were required by all schools to get vaccinated, sexual diseases would be less likely to be transmitted. Healthcare needs to be reformed for families unable to afford vaccinations. Technology has produced a new, innovative solution to this problem of the spread of STDs.
Imagine getting intimate with someone and, like a responsible adult, grabbing a condom, only to have it glow back, indicating it's just come into contact with an STD. Talk about a mood killer. But that's exactly what 3 teenage boys from England's Isaac Newton Academy invented. A condom that changes colors if you have an STD. Creatively called STI, the condom won first prize at the Teen Tech Awards. For it, the young inventors won €1,000 and a trip to Buckingham Palace while they will receive their award. So how does it work? Well, the molecules on the condom attach to the bacteria of common STIs, causing the condom to change colors and fluoresce. If the condom turns green, that means chlamydia. Yellow indicates herpes, purple means HPV, and blue represents syphilis. While the colorful concept is a long way away from hitting stores, it's an important reminder to always get checked out. For Newsbeat Social, I'm Emily Mowry.
There are some who believe that STDs are not a problem. These people claim that sex ed in schools is sufficient. However, not all states require schools to teach sex ed. Also, people choose to not get tested for STDs because they believe that the tests are inaccurate. However, there are reasons that the test is not always specifically suited to certain STDs. The doctor will not always test you unless you are asked to be tested and asked specifically for certain diseases like chlamydia and HPV. Also, if the test is taken too soon after the infection, it could provide an inaccurate result. The STD test is simply a diagnostic test which does not account for all STDs. Some ways to stop the spread of STDs are to practice abstinence, use condoms, have fewer partners and/or talk with your partners, get vaccinated, get tested, get educated. Get checked, Sun Devils.